Using black culture to reach out to students. For years, that has been the method of a private school in Brampton. And as Global's Sean Mallon tells us, it's a method that's paying off.
It started 10 years ago with 2 students in Edward McHugh's kitchen. They were children of West Indian expatriates whose parents called on this Jamaican-trained teacher to pass along lessons infused with the black culture of the Caribbean.
Generations. You have 2 words I think you need to make note of, excuse me. They like something with a flavor in terms of the structure and the discipline that they're accustomed to from back home.
It grew into a private school, the Shiloh Christian Institute, now operating out of a church basement in Brampton. All are taught in the Caribbean scholastic tradition, which means uniforms and loving discipline.
Respect, first of all, for self, respect for fellow students, respect for authority.
And I'd heard about this school, that it was academically, there was no place like it.
Your customers.
Grade 5 student Anthony Parrott excelled the moment he arrived 7 years ago. He was reading the newspaper at age 5.
They stress academics. You'd hear children talk about becoming engineers, doctors, lawyers, and so forth.
But Shiloh also reaches out to students who've been labeled slow or who feel shunned by the public system.
Opening the eyes of our students to see what's out there, the opportunities that are there, and to embrace those opportunities.
Did you finish your study review? When I first got here, I was very hostile.
Before Trafina Gibson came to Shiloh, she was only weeks away from dropping out of school. Now, 3 years later, she talks about university.
Mr. McHugh always says that he doesn't believe that any child has a learning disability. You just learn a different way. That's it. You're fine. You're perfect.
We think it's important not just to have strong academic background, but also to have social skills and social graces that will help them to function very well in all spheres of their choices.
Being amongst your own children, you have a greater understanding. You understand certain things because there are cultural things that are there.
There has been talk, controversial talk, of establishing an all-black school in Toronto. Here is one where it happened organically. All are welcome, but the occasional white student has not lasted.
Even though they like our academic standards, but somehow we still infuse quite a bit of our culture. And this is something that some of our other races might not be very comfortable with.
McHugh would like Shiloh to grow even more, but it's funded totally through tuitions, an average of $500 a month per student. Not enough to expand.
I think we have something very powerful happening here in our school.
Can you imagine how much more of our community we could impact if we had the help that we do need?
This is Global's Sean Mallon reporting.